Hey guys, Dogtail Picks here. NFL is finally back. Week 1 picks and predictions against the spread. Let's start with a Thursday night game, Detroit Lions against the Kansas City Chiefs. Detroit Lions is getting 5.5 points against the Chiefs. I am definitely taking the defending champion, Kansas City Chiefs. That is a no-brainer. Detroit has a lot to prove this year. I know that they're expected to win the division, but keyword expected. They have a lot to prove. Kansas City Chiefs has been proven already. I know Chris Jones might not be playing, but still, 5.5 points. I know they can easily win by a touchdown on this one, so that is definitely a no-brainer. You need to tail that one. Next up, let's get to our Sunday slate. I'm sorry. The Carolina Panthers against the Atlanta Falcons. This one is pretty tricky because, as we know, this division is really funky. But Carolina Panthers is getting 3.5 points on this one. I don't know. I would definitely stay away from this game, but you could probably go money line for the Falcons. The Falcons is obviously, they have the running game, B. John Robinson, all of that. He has to show up. But Bryce Young, Carolina Panthers, new team, rookie quarterback. I'm not really sure on that one, but they're getting 3.5 points. But like I said, if you want to bet on this game, I'd take Falcons money line on this one. It's not going to be a bad deal. I think you get like a minus 180, 185 on this one. If you parlay that on other games, you might make out on that one. I'm pretty sure the Atlanta Falcons would win that game, but it's going to be pretty close. 3.5. If it were two minus 2.5, I'll take the Falcons minus 2.5. But 3.5, I don't know. Like I said, I'll stay away from that game. Next up is Cincinnati Bengals playing the Cleveland Browns at home. I am definitely taking Cleveland Browns on this one. They are getting 2.5 points. Home underdog. We know last year the Cincinnati Bengals struggled to play in Cleveland, and I believe, if I remember correctly, they lost in Cleveland that game. If they if they won in Cleveland that game, I'm pretty sure it was close. But plus 2.5 points, I'm taking that. Deshaun Watson is back, and I know he's got the whole off season training and all of that. So no more. He's a brand new man now, they say. So let's see about that. But I'm taking the Browns plus 2.5 on this one. Shoot, I might take the Browns. You guys should take the Browns money line on this one. That's about like plus 110, maybe plus 115. Definitely taking the Browns. Browns are gonna cover the spread and gonna win this game. Next up is the Jacksonville Jaguars against Indianapolis Colts. The Colts is getting 4.5 points in this one. I am pretty sure that Jacksonville Jaguars will cover the minus 4.5 spread. They are going to win over 10 points in this one. Rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson. I don't know. I know his legs is dangerous, but this is Jacksonville team. They got Calvin Ridley now. Um, they did pretty good last year, and I'm pretty sure they're coming on to this year thinking that they have something to prove. And I'm pretty sure they're going to perform better than they did last year. And they made it to the playoffs last year and won a playoffs game. So it should be an easy game for this one. It should be easy for them to cover the 4.5 spread. Jacksonville Jaguars all the way. Next up is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings, I am taking the Minnesota Vikings because I do not trust Baker Mayfield in this one. Um, the spread is the Vikings minus 6, and I feel like the Vikings is going. I know last year the Vikings won like majority of their games very close, but I think it's going to be a different story this year. I know they lost a couple players, but we still got Justin Jefferson. We got that Edison kid. They still got that tight end that they got from Detroit. They are going to be dangerous this year. I don't think they are going to be. I don't think they're going to win as much games as they did last year, but they're going to make it to the playoffs, and they're not going to go for it in the playoffs. Looking at their roster, but I'm pretty sure they're going to get there. They should easily cover the minus six spread on this one. Buccaneers, they just don't have the personnel. Baker Mayfield, like he's still. If I'm gonna start betting on Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield has to show up, you know, a couple games before I start betting on the Buccaneers. But I'm gonna stay away from the Buccaneers. I don't think that they're going to be able to cover the spread on this one. Minnesota Vikings -6 on that one. Next up is the San Francisco 49ers against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a game to watch. A lot of people is talking high on the Steelers, but I don't know. I still don't believe in Kenny Pickett, and the San Francisco defense is number one rated defense last year. You know, number one rated defense. Do you really want Kenny Pickett to go against the number one rated defense from last year? I know he has a lot to prove, and if he wants to prove that, he has to prove that in this game. They are getting, I believe, 2.5 points. The Steelers is getting 2.5 points on this one. I am taking the San Francisco 49ers -2.5 points easily. I know a lot of people are still doubting Brock Purdy, but hey, he's got a lot of weapons. Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. They should easily put up points. I know that TJ Watt is there, Cam Hayward is there, Minka Fitzpatrick is there for the Steelers, but San Francisco has faced teams. They faced teams that are pretty hard to beat. Solid defense last year, and they're able to score. Steelers has a lot to prove. I know they're playing at home. Mike Tomlin's always, I believe he's got a pretty good record game one in the past 5 years. But I believe that streak's about to stop this game. This is the San Francisco 49ers, where it's Kyle Shanahan we're talking about, the maestro of the offense. Easily -2.5 for San Francisco 49ers. That's a lock. That's a money pick right there. You should put -2.5 on San Francisco 49ers. Easy win. Next up is, oh my God, this is a horrible game. Arizona Cardinals playing at the Washington Commanders. The Commanders is going to crush them. The Commanders are expected to do good this year. Sam Howell, they've got some expectations on him. Cardinals, I don't even know. I don't even know where they're going to get this year. I'm not a big fan of Kyler Murray. I know he's not playing, but I'm not a big fan of Kyler Murray, but I don't know where they're going to get without him. But the spread on that game is -7 for the Washington Commanders. That they should easily cover that. I think they're gonna win double digits on that one. I just don't see how the Cardinals will score on this game. Not saying that they're going to get shut down, but it's going to be Washington Commanders. They have a decent defense, and I believe Chase Young's back. It's just gonna make that defense even more solid than it was last year. So easily -7 should be very achievable for the Washington Commanders. Next up is the Houston Texans traveling to Baltimore Ravens. This is going to be another blowout. CJ Stroud, I don't think this is the game that they should start CJ Stroud. I know he is their starter. They have to start him, but this is going to be a bad start for him. I tell you that right now. The spread on that one is -10, and I think that's the game that Lamar Jackson is going to show off. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to show off. They got some weapons this year. The Ravens is going to be very dangerous this year. Their defense is always solid. The past 10 years. This is going to be the Ravens going to be a problem team. and I'm taking them -10 on this one. They're playing at home. They're gonna win double digits. It should be an easy win. This is a no-brainer. Next up is the Green Bay Packers at the at the Chicago Bears. This is going to be a good game, division game. Aaron Rodgers not there anymore. Jordan Love's playing QB. Jordan Love, Justin Fields, they're gonna go at it. I'm taking Justin Fields over Jordan Love right now. We have seen Justin Fields like ball out couple of games last year. We have not seen any of that with Jordan Love, obviously, because he's playing behind Aaron Rodgers. Um, the Bears is the Bears are favored by 1.5 points. That's I'm taking the Bears. I am taking the Bears -1.5. I believe they should win more than 4 points or at least a touchdown on this game. Justin Fields has weapons. Um, I know the Packers defense is always going to be solid, but I without Aaron Rodgers, I just don't know how I'm looking at the Packers right now. We don't know we don't know much about Jordan Love. Um, I'm taking the Bears -1.5 points easily. Next up is the Las Vegas Raiders against the Denver Broncos. The spread on this one is very tricky because they have the they have the Raiders +4 against the Denver Broncos. I am taking the Raiders +4. Only reason for that is because the Raiders are damn near a playoff team last year. you know, if you exclude the misfortunes that they had with Derek Carr, you got Devontae Adams. They got the Max Crosby on the defense there. They re-signed Josh Jacobs. They are a solid unit. Meanwhile, Denver Broncos, they haven't really changed much on their personnel, and I don't think Jerry Judy's going to be playing on this game. The only thing that they really changed is the coaching. Like Sean Payton's there. Like is he really going to fix Russell Wilson? I know Russell Wilson. He's still pretty good. But I don't know. The Raiders is just more complete to me, and they've showed something last year. And Jimmy Garoppolo is a pretty good he's a pretty good starting quarterback if he is healthy. I'm not saying that he is great, but he can do good enough to where he could easily feed Devontae Adams and all the other receivers, and they could definitely put up some points. Um, I don't know why the spread is +4. I'm taking the Raiders +4, and I think the Raiders can win this one easily. I might sprinkle some money for the Raiders on the money line on this one. Maybe parlay it with other games that I'm sure that can win. That should be easy money right there. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles against the New England Patriots. So it should be easy game for the Eagles, but the Patriots is always funky. Patriots getting +3.5 points in this one. I think it's going to be a really close game. The Patriots might steal this game from the Eagles. I have a bad feeling in this one. I would definitely stay away from this game. But if I were to put money on this game, I'll take the Eagles money line. I would not take -3.5. I think it's going to be a very close game. It might go, I wouldn't say it's going to go down to the very last wire, but it's going to be a very close game. 3.5 spread is a little tricky. I'd take the Eagles money line on this one if I'm going to take them, if I were to put money on this game. Next up is the Miami Dolphins traveling west to play against the Los Angeles Chargers. The Dolphins is getting +3 points in this one. This is going to be a very high scoring game. And I think where they have the spread on this one is pretty accurate. +3. It can go on either way. But I think that the Chargers is going to cover the spread or I think they're gonna win by 3 points, which is going to void this game. But the Chargers can also win this one by 6. I'm taking the Chargers I'm taking the Chargers -3 on this one. If if you're gonna if you want to play it safe, you can take the Chargers money line. I believe -3. That's probably around like minus 150, 158. I'm taking the Chargers -3 or money line. Money line if you want to be safe. The Chargers is just. I think they're hungry this year. They're still haunted by that playoff game that they played against the Jaguars last year, where they lost. They blew up a lead. They blew up the lead and all of that. I think they're gonna come back strong this year. I think the Dolphins going to pay for that game. But it's going to be a really close one because the Dolphins can definitely put up points. Tua's back, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they can easily put up points. It's going to be a shootout, but I think the Chargers can win this one by 6 points. So I'm taking the -3 or money line. Next up is the LA Chargers against the Seattle Seahawks. Matt Stafford's back, but I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks. They're more like a solid unit right now. Um, the Rams is getting let me see what the Rams are getting. They're getting five and a half points. Um, it's going to be a close game. It's a division game. I'm taking the Rams to cover the spread plus 5.5, but Seattle Seahawks will win this game. It's going to be a very close game. Um, so I'm taking Rams 5.5, but Seahawks winning the game. Next one is the Dallas Cowboys playing against the New York Giants at home. The spread on this one is the Giants getting plus 3.5. I think the Cowboys will easily cover -3.5. The Giants is gonna put up a good fight, but I think towards the end, end of third quarter, going to fourth quarter, I think the Cowboys just gonna put their foot on the accelerator there, and they're just gonna blow the Giants. Giants will not have answers towards the end of the game on this one. They're going to the Giants. Don't get me wrong. The Giants will score some points like early into the game, but I think the Cowboys will definitely make some adjustments, and they're just gonna figure out the Giants, and they're gonna win this game convincingly. So -3.5. I'm taking the Cowboys -3.5. So let's get to our Monday night game. The Buffalo Bills playing the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers versus Josh Allen. Aaron Rodgers with all of his weapons, new team, hard knocks, all the hype and all of that against the Buffalo Bills who is like one of the teams that had the most hype last year. Basically, the Jets took the light out of the Bills, fame wise, the hype wise. Playing in the same division, this is the game to watch. Everybody should tune in on this one. The spread is the New York Jets is getting 2.5 points in this game, but I think that the hype is too much for the Jets. The Bills will win this one convincingly. I think they're gonna win by double digits, and I know it sounds crazy. I'm saying that Jets is going to be good this year. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take a few games until they start to gel up as a unit and start, winning some games. But I think the Buffalo Bills is I know they're missing, key roles and all that. A lot of people saying they don't have, enough receivers to pair up with Stephon Diggs and all of that. But this is Josh Allen we're talking about. He can do everything. This guy is a stud. They'll figure it out. Jets defense, they're expected to do really good this year, but I think the Bills is going to be able to put up some points. I think the Bills will win this one convincingly, 2 digits, so they can easily cover the 2.5 points. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Um, Follow me for more videos. I will be posting more videos throughout the week before the Sunday game. I'll post some player props. I'll post some parlays before the Sunday games. If you want to tail it, tail it. If you don't, you don't. I promise you, this is going to be some solid picks that we have. Tail it if you want. If you don't, I'm not forcing you. Good luck. Have a good day.